This video is powered by the pros at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPascal.com.
Yeah, Simeon, obviously Mississippi State likes to throw it around a lot of short passes and stuff. You guys have struggled a little bit with tackling, being out of position and stuff. How much of a focus has that been this week? And I mean, obviously you can't have that go on this week.
Yeah, it's been a huge focus. Coach Bowman, Coach Odom, they've done a great job of putting us in situations to tackle that's probably not exactly game-like, but in harder positions to tackle, which helps us when we get in game and actually tackle. And we've been doing a lot of film prep, a lot of film study, getting our minds ready, preparing ourselves for the game to see what we're going to see on the field.
How good is Will Rogers? You guys have faced him before, obviously. And is there a sense going into Starkville after coming off 2 losses that your backs are kind of against the wall in this one?
I mean, we go to work every day like our backs against the wall. We know Will Rogers is a very smart quarterback. He can throw the ball around the field. He can make crazy good throws. He can throw the balls in small windows. So that's our job, to try to minimize those windows that he's throwing in and just trying to make him check the ball down and getting them in space and actually vice tackling every running back, every receiver that we get in short spaces.
Thanks, guys.
Tom?
Sorry, I had to unmute there. Yeah, Ricky, I was looking at the Mississippi State defense, and there might be a couple of juniors, but they look like graduate seniors and fifth-year seniors all over the place. What do you make of that unit?
That defense line is pretty good. We played them 2 years ago, obviously, in Starkville during the COVID year. Most of the guys that I've seen on our scouting reports, the same guys, we're going to see again. So they've been there for a while. They're a great defensive line, and we're excited to go down there and play them.
Yeah, and Simeon, saw Hudson doing some safety work today. Sam had talked about that might be a possibility. And then Mbake has joined y'all. Can you maybe talk about how maybe some reinforcements could help?
Yeah, Sam's a very great athlete. He goes 110% each and every day, whether that's at gunner, whether we were seeing him at receiver on scout team, and now seeing him at DB. He does a lot of good for us. He picks up on the defense very quick. And Hud, we've cross-trained all spring ball, all fall camp, and Hud's a very smart player. So it was really a very easy transition when we seen him at safety a little bit this week. He's a very smart player. He's able to break on routes very good. I feel like he can be a very good help to us back there.
Yeah, and Ricky, in the event that you guys need to play Malik and Cade at quarterback, you snapped to both of them. Malik getting a lot of snaps in the A&M game last year, and then Cade, the last 2 series. Maybe can you talk about what their presence is like in the huddle and what you expect from them if they need to play?
Yeah, they're both great QBs. It doesn't matter who's behind me, who I'm snapping to, because I got great confidence in them. We have 3 really good QBs, including KJ, obviously. So no, I have no concern with them at all. I'm excited to have either one of them behind me. We're as an offense, we're confident in them.
Okay, and then finally, Sam told us that Mississippi State blitzes so much, and it's run blitzes as much as it is, blitzing the quarterback. How difficult? I mean, what's the importance of trying to get a run against these guys with that going on?
It's communication, being able to communicate our spots with that defense. They got a tricky defense, but we've seen it the past 2 years, so it's nothing new to us. But we've been emphasizing in practice our communication through the noise to be able to pick up those blitzes and point those spots out. So we've been emphasizing that a lot in practice.
Okay, and then my last one, Simeon, you guys had really good success in 20 against this offense, and then held them down a little bit last year. What are the keys to being successful against this air raid?
It starts in practice. It starts way before Saturday. Just watching the film, seeing what they do, see what they like to do. Because they have a great coach in Mike Leach, and he's been running that air raid offense for a long time. He invented it. And it's just really going back, watching all the film. You can watch from any team he's been on. They run around the same routes. It's just really preparing before the game is what really prepares you to play that team. Doing it in practice, practicing it 100%, and we're going to be ready by Saturday.
Bob?
Hey guys, thanks for being on. Bumper, he's just 14 tackles, I think, away from setting the all-time record, and that's a lot of tackles, but he's gotten that many tackles in several games. What do y'all think about just Bumper's career and all the tackles he's made? Ricky, I know you don't play on that side of the ball, but you guys have obviously been teammates for a while. And Simeon,
Yeah.
you play behind him. Just wondering what y'all think. Maybe Simeon, you could take that first.
I've been here since Bump got here. He's been playing since his freshman year. Just the way he approaches the game none of that surprise me. It's a blessing to be able to play behind him because he does exactly what he tells everybody else to do. And then he saves me from having to make a lot of those tackles because he made saving tackles that end of the last part of the secondary. Just playing with a captain like that, a guy that always does what he says, is truly a blessing. And you get to learn a lot from guys like that.
Yeah, Bumper's a great leader. We're definitely lucky to have him on our team. We definitely all look up to him. He leads those young guys. And I'm really happy, by the way, he's been playing this year and how his career has, been out throughout the 4 years he's been here. So it's exciting to see, he's close to getting that record, and I think he'll get it.
And Ricky, allegedly the Mississippi State fans are supposed to stop ringing cowbells when you get over the ball. And Sam said, talking to people, looks like they do that, but what that kind of makes that atmosphere unique, even in the SEC, the cowbells. And have you guys been hearing a lot of clanging in practice, or kind of what's that been like? What do you expect Saturday?
Yeah, we have a like a noise machine outside, or like noise speakers that have the cowbells on there. So we heard it yesterday, we heard it today, we're gonna hear it Wednesday and Thursday. So we're definitely gonna be prepared going into Starkville with those cowbells.
Simeon, what do you think about all that?
Man, I thought that we was only gonna have the Cowboys playing for the offense, but I feel like the defense, we hear them every single second of the day. It's hard to even communicate and hear what you're saying out there because we have some very loud speakers. So we've been hearing the Cowboys all week. So we're going to be prepared just as the offense is going to be prepared for that.
And then, 2 years ago, you guys, that was Sam Pittman's first win, broke a long SEC losing streak. That's kind of where all the jukebox stuff got started. What do you guys remember about that? And you've been kind of amazed at how the jukebox phenomenon has taken off.
Man, it's a tradition now. Every time you get a win, you got to turn that jukebox on. And that was just a very happy moment for me because I was here the 2 years previous to before he came. And I was there through all the little problems and everything that we was having. So just getting that first SEC win from me being in college was very a special moment.
Yeah, that memory was awesome. Like Sam, I wasn't here the 2 years prior, but I was here the Chad Morris's last year, and getting that win was something that was like a big relief. That was the start of something. So that moment will always stick with me forever.
The fact you guys are 2-0 against Mike Leach, obviously a great coach, won a bunch of games won wherever he's been. Does that play into this at all?
Man, no. We're preparing like we're facing this team again for the first time. We're hungry. We're coming off 2 losses, so we're trying to get our swagger back. We've been practicing as hard as we can, so that we don't really think too much about that. We're getting our mind focused on this year because this year is going to be different from last year and the previous 2 years. So we're just getting that hunger back, getting that focus, keeping that chip on our shoulder.
Yeah, just practicing hard every day. Basically what just Sim said. We're just practicing, getting ready for them like any other team. So go down to Starkville and it'll be a fun game.
Thanks, guys.
Scotty.
Simeon, you just mentioned defense working to get its swagger back. How do you guys do that? How do you get back to playing maybe the way you did first week and a half?
That just all go back to your practice habits. You got to have fun in practice. You got to practice the right habits in practice for you to go into the game. Everything you do in practice is going to translate to the game. So we've been just trying to make sure we have a lot of energy and enthusiasm in practice that'll carry over to the game, and really just preparing to the best of our abilities, watching as much film as we can.
Ricky, going back to Mississippi State's movement up front, how do you guys think that you've held up against maybe some similar looks this season? And like, how much film work and prep would you say goes into making sure you guys are ready to face that kind of front?
Yeah, I think we've done pretty good against movement. Let's shout out to Coach Kennedy too. He preps us well every single week. He's breaking down the blitzes, breaking down how we need to be spotted in a run or a pass. And with film, we've been watching film. We started on Monday. We introduced him on Tuesday. We're getting their base looks in. We're going to see that in practice. So we're going to keep building on that for Wednesday and Thursday, and then that should carry into the game.
The last thing, Simeon, I think you look at Mississippi State's receivers numbers. I think there's like 5 or 6 guys right around the 20 catch mark up to 25. How do you guys kind of prep for that? And I guess does every position, kind of have to be on their toes this week with that balance?
Yeah, we're definitely, like I said a lot, we're prepping for that, watching film, but making sure we make them catches in front of us and not behind us, making sure that we can get them in spaces where we can vice tackle them, make sure that we don't let nobody get behind us, make sure we keep eyes on everybody on the field. So we're really just trying to make them catch the ball in front of us and rally to the ball and run and hit like we used to do.
Football is back, and BetOnline remains your #1 source for all your football betting needs this season. You'll find the latest odds, matchup info, player news, and game trends. And as your continued source for all sports wagering info, BetOnline features live betting, free contests, live scores, and giveaways all season long. Always the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your favorite sports and events like MLB, MMA, tennis, boxing, and even golf. Head to betonline.ag to join and receive your 100% welcome bonus with your first deposit. Make sure to use the promo code BELIEVE to receive your rewards. That's BLEAV. Bet online, where the game starts.